Hey guys, how's it going? Let's get ready for another segment today about the market and what's been going on here. So today was a huge day once again for our community, a nice chunk of change. And the reason why we called this or we looked at this was according to our trading plan or our day trading levels here. Tesla was falling, Visa was rising. We took the Tesla calls. They went all the way to a really big profit to about $17.90. There's two of them, the 850s and the 830s. So big profit today. So if you guys want to join the community, the link is in the bio. So let's get started here. So who's ready for this choppiness, right? So like I've been saying that, possibly we can have a very volatile market here in this demand zone. So the reason why this is a demand zone is because this is where buyers are trying to make their hold and they're trying to make their push. And they're trying to make a statement by trying to hold the market here, right? So if we look at the market overall right now, right, um, it's not very it's not very good about what's happening here. A lot of these growth name or FANG names are starting to take a hit. If growth stocks are not growing anymore, that means the market could be considering a price discount. Okay, so that is what is happening. Now, with rising interest rate environments, a lot of these growth names will not be safe. So with Apple, they did well. However, they gave no forward guidance. Amazon, not so well. One of the slowest year-over-year growth on record that they have. So with Google missing, Microsoft, Microsoft was okay. With all these companies combined, Facebook's already down, Microsoft is declining. It's giving us a huge indication that with market sentiment, that as well as the Fed rate coming up, if the Fed are hawkish, this is not going to be good next week. We can see the stock market possibly trading below the 410 level and between the 394 range. That's what it's starting to look like here. Okay, however, we will see that happen because the price action will lead. We'll see a break of 410 and then get to 394. But right now, market is steady holding these levels. So we'll see what it does. If the market is able to hold 410 over the quite some time, over the long period of time, we'll be fine. Market just may chop around in this area, will be fine. But if the Fed are hawkish, which I think they will be, and we have to respect that based on what's been going on with market volatility and also inflation, that they could be hawkish to protect the economy. Now, if we, as I was talking about this before in my previous videos, this is a big leg down, right? So this is very vertical. Now we want to see where this reverses, right? Where is a new high here, right? Last time the low was here and the high was here, and it came back down to this level. Now, where's a new high? If the high is anywhere in this area, that's going to end up being a lower high, confirming the downtrend move right here, as long as it stays below 444, this level, 445 on SPY. Okay, so this level right here is very important in the coming weeks. Okay, so we'll see what the market does at these levels and if it tries to push above or if it fails. However, next week with being volatility coming in, we can see some big moves to the downside or the upside. But right now, I'm leaning more bearish. Okay, so that's the S&P 500. The triple Qs right now, they also tried to bounce today, but overall, Qs do have a bear flag going on. If we just look at a 2-hour time frame, they're still trading in this range right now. Okay, so this bear flag is still holding up right now. It's still in a range. If this breaks right here, we're gonna get a break of 316 and a push down to 307. It's as simple as that. Okay, that's an intraday analysis on this. But it feels like right now it's trying to push above, but if we look the inside, it's not really doing it. It's trading right here right now after market. So we'll see where it's able to push in the coming few days here. But right now, the triple Qs are not looking so strong overall. They have big levels to the upside, a big resistance levels that are right here, about 369. Then we get a push above to about 383. Okay, so if we can get a push into this zone and start pushing higher, we'll be fine. Otherwise, the downtrend remains intact. Today's move was followed by a big volume. We want to see a consolidation, or we want to see more buying volume coming in, trying to push this to new highs. Okay, so that's something that we want to keep in mind of. Next thing we want to look at is IWM. IWM is also trying to bounce, but IWM has a big level right here, which is a 197 zone. If this gets above here and it rejects at 197, we can see a further breakdown. But right now we're trying to see the bounce. Let's see how far the bounce goes and where the market is able to stop. Right now, it doesn't look like anything positive for IWM. We do have a hammer candlestick right now, okay? If you guys want to call it that, the right over here. So we want to pay attention to this and see what it does, okay? So this is something important to pay attention to. And IWM right now is a support level. Yes, buyers are coming in. This could be shorts coming, but this is just volatility. Overall, the whole market is filled with volatility and it's non-directional. So it's better to stay out if you can, but if you like to trade, you got to be very quick and you got to be decisive on which way you want to trade, and that's the best way to protect your capital. Okay, so right now, if we look at the Dow Jones holding this trend line, we're going to see what it does and continues to do. If it breaks below this level right here, which is a previous level, if it breaks below this, we can see 328, then about 322 and a push lower, and we got a gap fill down here. So we'll see if we get down here and what happens, but overall right now, the whole market is just turning over on itself, and we can see this looks like a regular distribution here where price wasn't able to get above certain levels here, and then it kind of just got stopped out, and it's starting to turn over with a break of this level 328. We can start to turn the trend downwards on the Dow Jones. Okay, if we look at gold right now, gold is fluttering with these lower levels. Unfortunately, it's giving me a little bit of a hard time. That's gold, and that's being very honest with you. See, emotions can get to the best of us. Gold is in this consolidation between the 50 and the 200. Today had a nice bounce. So this is what I don't want to see. If the market went up and gold went up with it, that's not really how it's supposed to work. Okay, so gold should not be going up if the market is going up. Okay, so it should be it should have been worth it should have been the other way around, right? So if market goes up, gold should stay flat or should slowly decelerate, and people should be more focused on equity. People are more focused on inflation hedges or hedges like these when they're worried about downside risk. So this is always a protection play, right? So with VIX had a nice down move today, which is very good, about 4%. But then again, still in this consolidation zone and not really breaking down. So volatility, as we can see, is evident in the market right now that it's very volatile. It's continuing to stay there, not really breaking out, not really breaking down, right? So if volatility expands, not really going to be good for the market, right? So, but this is an indicator that we have been watching for some time, and it looks like it wants to hold. Okay. ARC below the 50, like I said, it's going to go down to about 48 right now. It's trying to push up here, trying to make some sort of a recovery. If ARC is not able to get above this level right here, which is a 71, it can consolidate, trying to have some random plays, but it looks like it's going to be a slow grind down for ARC, and a big hit on Teladoc Health for ARC as well. K-Web is starting to bounce up, like I said. As long as this gap holds, this gap down, if this holds, this is going to go up. China has started to add liquidity to its markets, and so I'm not really bullish. I'm not saying China is going to go on a bull run or anything, but these Chinese stocks can have a relief rally sooner than the US stocks, but that's something to keep an eye on, okay? A rally in the Chinese stocks earlier. The reason why is they added liquidity. Like in the U.S. market, the Fed is trying to take away liquidity. So there's a difference here. Okay, that's something to keep an eye on. All right. So overall, today the sectors that led the most is communication, semiconductors. Now, if we look at semiconductors, are they really leading here? Not really. Right. This is still a downtrend, trying to bounce up. So not really trying to push up here. So semiconductors need to get above the 258 level to be bullish. Tech, not really doing the same thing, trying to bounce here. It's a great play on volatility on tech, but if we look at it, tech needs to really get above 155. Okay, so that's the level that tech needs to get above. Tech is not something that I want to be going long right now. There's a lot of consolidation and there's a lot of sideways market action happening. So a lot of these sectors are very, very sideways. Then if we look at energy, like energy should not be up with the rest of the market, right? Energy is defensive. Like how is the defensive sector also up with the growth sector or the speculative sector? It doesn't work like that. Okay, that's telling us that there's a imbalance somewhere, and somewhere there's shorts that are covering, and somewhere the market is just trying to bounce off the lows and see what's happening here. Okay, so we gotta let a couple of days pass. Right now, there's no direction in the market because every single sector is up. Okay, so next few days we'll see which sectors are actually going to last this outlook overall. Okay, and Bitcoin, not Bitcoin is doing this thing, consolidating below 38,000. We're gonna get bearish, and above 3,300 support holds, we can consolidate and try to push higher. So this, if this breaks around 37,785, we can see a test of 34,000. So we'll see what happens. Guys, trade safe out there. This market is all over the place, right? If you look at the market, it's very volatile. It hasn't set clear expectations on which direction it wants to go and which direction it wants to take. So trade safe, have patience. You will get your setups. Don't try to trade every day if the setup is not there. Okay, don't have FOMO. Do not have FOMO in this market. I'll see you guys tomorrow.